Hi everybody, we are here for stage 2. We're going to now bring in our ocean and hopefully some little hills stroke mountains in the distance, and we're going to make it look like an ocean piece in monotone. I think I've got that right. Monotone colours, yeah. Anyway, I will put my gloves on to protect my nails, and yeah, hopefully you've watched episode 1 of this 3-part tutorial. If not, go back and watch it and then come back and see the final stage, which is how I bring in the detail at the ocean front. We're going to continue to work with just the 2 colours, Paynes Gray and Titanium White. We have our water to help spread. I've got my gloves and I've also put masking tape across there, and my poor brushes that are worse for wear is my 2-inch brush where I'll apply most of the ocean, and then I'll come in with a little bit of detail, maybe with my 12-inch round, my 10-inch round, which is that one, and then a flathead. I'm going to turn the music off because I am watching Mamma Mia. So I'm going to relax and listen to that, so you'll hear me do a voiceover if needed. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me.
I learned from my last video, which is paint down from your masking tape, Sharon, which will stop your paint going up and under and preventing you have that straight line. Oh, if you want to see what happened, watch the previous set. What am I trying to say, Sharon? The previous set of videos that I did for another project, which was a beach one, but that one was in colour. What I have done is applied my Paynes Grey directly to the horizon line and slowly blending in some white directly onto the canvas until I get the shade I'm wanting. I want a very thin line of the dark Paynes Grey, almost like solid Paynes Grey, and then slowly edge up a little bit of white, and so you've got the distance that's darker, bring it lighter, but slowly I keep scuffing my dry brush. So as I go slightly lighter and I'm coming to the foreshore, you'll see I keep working my brush backwards towards the horizon. That's when it doesn't have a lot of paint on there, and it's almost just kissing the canvas and taking little bits of it and helping it speckle as though the sun's glistening on it or the clouds are reflecting in it. And you might think it's a lot of repetition, but it's the detail, I think, that adds to wonderful composition to the illusion of that water glistening, and also the different shades that you would see as your ocean is moving. So I'm just working backwards and forwards. Now I've cut little chunks of my videos out, not because I'm keeping any secrets. Look, I've removed my tape and you can see that beautiful horizon line. It's just to save you time, so you can understand what it is I'm doing. So it's Paynes Grey solid, slowly adding the white until I get right towards the front where it is the lightest, which would be where it's meeting the shoreline. And this is where I'm gently scuffing my brush towards the background. And I do that every time I add a new colour. I just blend it through a little bit, so you're getting those tiny little tones coming through. And sometimes your brush gives you the gift. When you're working with the different tones on your brush and you keep moving it backwards and forwards like this, and I want a still ocean, some of the colours help you know where you want to place things. It helps your composition. It helps that sense of where a wave is, or the ripple in the ocean is, or the shadows from the clouds are. Anyway, I'm Sharon and I'm digressing. At this stage, I think I thought to myself, well, I know I thought to myself, that, okay, it's starting to look like an ocean. I was a bit worried at the start of this challenge for myself, whether I could pull it off, but I think that it actually looks really nice. I'd love your thoughts on it. Anyway, as I'm getting more white in my Paynes Grey towards the front where it's meeting the beach, in my head I'm thinking, well, how am I going to do the beach? Does the beach need to be darker or lighter? But that's for another episode. You'll see that next. And I take advantage when a little bit comes off my brush, like that white that's coming off now, to think, okay, is this going to take me on a happy little adventure, in the words of Bob Ross, or a happy little accident? And is this going to add value to my painting, or is it not? And can I work with it? And sometimes the paint tells you where it wants to go. You can believe that or not, but I'm a big believer on that, and being open to, yes, having an idea of what I want, but being willing to go on a journey with it all. And I'm not really going to talk too much more about the ocean. I wanted it to be very flat. If you notice that your maybe ocean isn't looking flat, you can add a little bit of water on your brush to flatten it out with some solid strokes. But when you have the same tones coming through that's in your sky, that also helps to that ocean looking flat. And you'll see me, when I come and highlight where the potential waves are, it's just a tiny little bit of white on my brush. It's not pure white, but it's a very light Paynes Gray. And I just put a suggestion where those waves are going to be. I don't want to put too many large waves in here. And that's why I only put a little bit to start with. And then I come and add in my rocks, and I put 3 on there. And again, that comes in with pure Paynes Gray to start with. And then I keep working backwards and forwards by adding a little bit of the lighter Paynes Gray and a little bit more, until it helps with that illusion of 3D, that there's going to be lights and darks and shadows and maybe where the sun's reflecting on it. And you can see there I'm working out that, okay, there's a little wave coming there. So I work on it and I embellish it. I put the solid dark line under here just to let me know that that's where I want the final wave to be, where it's going to join the beach. And I just had fun with the rocks. I suppose the delicateness of putting those tiny little suggestions of waves or where the water's crashing onto the rocks is something that you work until you get it right. If you overcommit, you can paint them out again. And that's what you'll see me doing. Currently, I'm putting that slightly lighter Paynes Gray above where there's a dark part in the ocean to help with that illusion of that rolling wave. And I think for me, I'm just trying to work out the balance of, I'm going to sneeze, I'm trying to hold it back. It's going to just... Oh, I do apologise. Oh. Anyway, I think for me, the balance is how many little embellishments do you add before it's too much, before it takes away from that calmness, but at the same time, which is going to help with that illusion of distance. And that's something that I constantly try to work out as I am learning in my art journey. I think now is a good time for me to just put some music on. I don't think there's any more information I can give you other than what I've already talked about, which is a little bit of control with the amount of waves you're going to add. Think about your depth perception. Think about if you are going to build up your waves and a little bit of that white, start darker and build it up light. I didn't want it to look like there's too much foam on top of them, but just the suggestion that maybe that bit of the water is more transparent. I do add a little bit of white foam on there, but it's all what you want to do. And I'm going to start coming in, I think, shortly to add my rocks, but at the minute I'm just adding to that depth perception with those tiny waves breaking out there. And I add 3 little birds in this piece, which I really enjoy. A little bit of angelicness there. But thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. Let me know if you're finding seeing me paint and talking out loud, is that helping you? If I've inspired you, remember hashtag Sharon Lindley inspired me, and join the Facebook group to put your art into that group. Anyway, I'll put a little bit of music on now. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you come back and watch the final piece. Yeah, I'm going to keep challenging myself. Have a wonderful day. See you on the next video. Bye bye.
Okay, I am loving how this is coming together. I still think you can see an ocean and some dramatic clouds. I've got my 3 birds flying there, and I've got these rocks that are towards the back. They look closer than the other one that I did, but I still think they look 3D. And they've added some interest to the piece. So I'm hoping that when I come back with the beach, put a little bit there. It's going to be lighter than that. But when I come back with the beach, I'm hoping it's all going to come together. I'm loving the ocean. I don't think I'm going to change too much more with the ocean. I might come back with more foam, but I want the dramaticness to be on this wave here. But I just did the darkness under that wave just so I can build up where it's going to come in. But job's a good one. I hope you're enjoying this. So thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. Come back and see stage 3. And if you are painting along with me, hashtag Sharon and Lee inspired me. Let me know what you've created and if you found this piece useful. All right, see you later. Bye.